Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at, it's a relatively new figure, and again I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I did really want this but just couldn't afford it at the time. So I want to say a big thank you to Robot Recruits, because this is who I purchased it off. So what we're going to be looking at today is the Voyager class Megatron on the Generation Select. So this is the G2 colour scheme. Again, I've been watching this for quite some time. And yeah, I do like it, and I know that it's another mold, you know, that they've used over and over again under this War for Cybertron range of figures. I'm just quickly showing you the box. There's not much going on with the Generation Selects, unfortunately, so I'm just going to quickly open this now. But yeah, again, been watching it for some time. I just like it. What's I suppose a little more ironic is the fact that I don't even own the Generation 2 figure. I mean, of course I've seen it, but I don't actually own it. I do really like this, even though it's quite boring and it's not really doing much. It's weird that there's more, I suppose, graphic, more detail on the inside of the box. But there we go. There's the figure. And yeah, I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I suppose the best word I can describe is striking. It stands out brilliantly. It looks really good, and you know, of course it's very infamous, and it looks exactly like, you know, the Generation 2 figure, as well as the Generation 2 colour scheme, and the ones which are known as Generation 1.5, all the crazy European etc releases with the crazy colours. But yeah, I'm really liking that. I'm liking that. Look at his nice red eyes. There's his massive green sword for a change, slightly different. There's the cannon. Yeah, liking it. Instructions aren't going to be too different from the same things that we've got all the other molds. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take him out of his package, and then we'll come straight back to you. Right then, so I've just pulled him out of his packaging, and interestingly enough, he wasn't held in with any tie wraps. He was just held in the shell, and it was a bit of a job to get him out, and as I did, all the backpack and everything sort of fell off. But again, it was easy enough to attach. So let's have a look at him up close. And again, as you'd expect with the new figure, we've got full rotation round in the shoulder there, swiveling up and down, bicep or elbow joint, whatever you want to refer to it as. The wrist, I suppose, has a bit of a swivel, but that looks like it's mainly for the transformation process, obviously. Waist tilt, hip tilt, knee tilt, ankle tilt, as you'd expect. Pretty much everything from these new figures. And I'm sure, again, you can see with this, the colour scheme and, you know, the detail on the head sculpt on his eyes there. Yeah, it looks really good. So the things that came inside with him is, of course, his bright purple cannon. We've got the attachment which came off this as I pulled it out, but we'll get it back on in a second. And then we've got, you know, you can either carry this or it can be attached in the other mode. I'll show you these in a bit more detail in a second. So what I'm going to do very quickly now, I'm just going to quickly transform this guy off camera. Main reason, again, keep the length of the video down and not to spoil it for yourselves. So I'll be right back at you with him in his tank mode. Okay, so there we go, and we're back into his obviously new form of tank mode, which they all are. But again, I just really like it. I think the colour scheme looks brilliant. I think it works really well. Oh, just knocked his feet back there. You can obviously tell that the cannon is now fitted nicely on the inside, and then his shield stroke large accessory gun as well just fits nicely at the front as well. Everything just seems to fit together quite nicely, to be honest. And again, I know we've said already that it is yet another use of this particular seige mold, but I actually really like it. I mean, look, you've got full rotation over the turret, etc., which is good, which is obviously what you want if it's a tank. And yeah, I like it. I'm still going to be buying the shattered glass one as well, even though it is yet another use of this particular mold. But I think for the colour scheme, and I think for a bit of nostalgia, it does look very good. It's very striking. It stands out massively with the rest of the figures, and again, I really like it. So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to come back. He's going to be back in robot mode, and then we're going to do some comparisons with the other seige figures, and of course some more megatrons down the Generations toy line. There we go. Okay then, so we're back into robot mode, and of course I'm just going to show you quickly now how we can use and attach the accessories to him. Again, quick apologies for not doing the transformation on the video, but I do want to keep the length of the video down, and let's be honest, as I've said, this is what, about the 7th, maybe more, same use of the mold for Megatron at the moment on the War for Cybertron range of figures, so I'm sure you've seen and are aware of the transformation process. So we've got the large cannon that's usually put pretty much there, but it can also attach to the top of the shoulder as well. Basically anywhere where you've got these holes, these portals down here, these dowels will fit in. I mean, even if you wanted to, you could put it in his hand and he could carry it like that. Now you can see that I've got his arms held forward, and granted I am working on carpet, so it's not the best for balancing, but because of this kibble all on the back, you do, I suppose, really need these weapons to sort of counterbalance it all. There's what's sometimes used as his sword or everything else with the other molds. You've got a handle there again where you can even hold it, or you can attach it as a shield. And then we've also got this bit which clipped on the back of the tank that you can clip into here. And then we can then attach this. If we go for a shield, shall we say, like so, there we go. So it does look really good. And it now means that it counterbalances the whole figure much, much more. There we go. So what we'll do first and foremost, we'll have a look at the original Seige mold, which is this one. And I think it's better than this one, to be fair. I do really like that. However, my favourite one is definitely this. I've got the other Netflix one as well, but this one's just something else. I really like it. And then the strange thing with this one as well is it's much heavier. I don't really know why, but it is. But there you go. There's 3 of, again, the umpteen releases that we've got of these figures at the moment. And I know I'm a sucker for buying it, but I suppose quite a few people have brought it as well. So there we go. Just one quickly other Megatron that we can do, of course, even though it's really nothing to do with it, and it's a completely different mold and a different style of figures. But there is the original one. So there we go. Overall, honestly, I do really like it. If you haven't got one of the other Megatrons from the Seige lineup, then, you know, it might be worth an investment for yourself. If you really like the G2 colour scheme, like myself, that's my reason for buying it, then of course, go for it. It's not... in fact, funnily enough, Robot Recruits have got a bit of a sale on it as well. That's another reason why I purchased it. So if you're from the UK, have a nose at that. Of course, it's available from other places outside of the UK, but there we go. So in my honest opinion, I do really like him. I know it's another use of the same mold, but I think the colour scheme, yeah, wins it for me. So for that reason, I really like it. So hope you enjoyed looking at it. I hope it helped you with your decision if you wanted one yourself. And thanks for watching, liking, commenting, and of course, please take care. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.